Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I declare the meeting open at 7:05 p.m, this being an extraordinary general meeting of Council. And I'd like to firstly take the opportunity to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land on which we hold this meeting, and that is the Bidjigal people of the Eora Nation. And certainly I pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging. Apologies, I've not received any apologies. Everyone's in attendance. There is no need for a motion. Staff and public are reminded this meeting is being recorded on audio tape for minute-taking purposes and is also being webcast live on Council's website, and this meeting will be available on the Council's website. Code of meeting practice and the order of business is as shown in the agenda, and the Code of meeting practice prohibits the electronic recording of meetings without the express permission of Council. Do we have any disclosure of interest at this extraordinary meeting? Didn't think so. There are no registered participants for public speaking. Next item is item 8, Finance and Government, first of which is election of Mayor. What I will do before stepping out of the chair is ask for a nomination for returning officer. It's been nominated, moved, seconded. Put that motion, declare it carried unanimously. With that, I will ceremonially take off the chains and thank you, and leave the chair. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Green. We will now conduct the election for the role of Mayor for Georges River Council for the period up until next September. I'll call for nominations. I have received one written nomination for the office of Mayor. The nomination is for Councillor Green, nominated by Warren Tegg and Colleen Symington. Do you accept that nomination, Councillor Green? That is the only written nomination I have at this time. Are there any other nominations from the floor? If there are no other nominations from the floor, there is no need to undertake an election or a ballot, and I can declare Councillor Green elected as the Mayor for Georges River Council.
Thank you, councillors, and thank you for the chains. Yeah, I'll say a few words later, but we'll just move on with the proceedings to the returning officer.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. We'll now undertake the election for the office of Deputy Mayor. I have received one written nomination. Councillor Con Hindi is nominated for the office of Deputy Mayor, nominated by Con Hindi and Rita Castañas. Are there any other nominations for the position of Deputy Mayor from the floor? No, having received no other nominations for the position of Deputy Mayor, I declare Councillor Con Hindi elected unopposed. Mr. Mayor, we now move to the appointment of council representation on Georges River Council, but we need to resolve that the letters be forwarded to the office.
We need, firstly, a resolution, councillors, that the appropriate letters be forwarded to the Office of Local Government with regards to the election of the Mayor. I'll take a motion. I move Councillor Badalati, second Councillor Mayor. Any discussion? Put the motion. All in favour of the motion, please say aye. Declare it carried. Thank you. And that was for Mayor and Deputy Mayor. Yeah. My apologies. Teeth back in. Yeah, yeah. I can do that. All right, so we now move to the appointment of committees. Councillor Aegis.
Thank you, Mr Mayor, and congratulations on your reappointment.
Yep.
I'd like to move what's recommended up on the screen. Is there anything coming up? It's coming, apparently. Okay, great. And ask once it's up on the screen if there are any changes or any other councillors wanted to move to committees that...
We need to do one committee at a time, apparently, in each chair.
Each committee? Sorry?
We need to do each committee.
It's each committee. Yeah, you can just go one committee, just read them all out as it go.
I haven't got the list on me.
Yeah, thank you. Oh. Thank you. The first one we have on the screen is assets and infrastructure. Thank you, councillor.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Chairperson is Councillor Gregus.
It's been seconded. Any discussion? Put the motion. All in favour of the motion, please say aye. Against, carried. Thank you, councillor Aegis.
We'll move to the environment and planning. That's okay. We'll move that the chair is Councillor Katras and the members will be Councillor Hindi, Councillor Aegis, Councillor Badlati, Councillor Castanis, Councillor Lansbury, Councillor Paya and Councillor Liu. The environment and planning.
Is there a second on that motion? Second, councillor Castanis. Any discussion? Put the motion. All in favour of the motion, please say aye. Declare it carried unanimously. Thank you.
We'll move to the Community and Culture Committee with the chair being Councillor Lansbury and the members being Councillor Paya, Councillor Wu, Councillor Tegg and Councillor Grekus.
I'd like to be added to that one.
And councillor Konjawski.
Councillor Konjawski.
Is there a second on that motion? Second to councillor Tegg. Any discussion? Or councillor Badalati? I'll put councillor Badalati because we had councillor Tegg previously. Put the motion. All in favour of the motion, please say aye. Against, declare it carried unanimously. Finance and governance.
Finance and governance with the chair being Councillor Badalati and the members being Councillor Aegis, Councillor Elmir, Councillor Hindi, Councillor Castanis, Councillor Konjawski, not Councillor Konjawski, Councillor Liu, Councillor Simonton and Councillor Katras. That's correct. That's right.
Is there a second on that motion? Seconded by councillor Hindi. Any discussion? Put the motion. All in favour of the motion, please say aye. Against, declare it carried unanimously. The next we have delegates to advisory committees, etc. Yeah, and I've got these here. I have one nomination for the the George River Combined Councils Committee, and that is for councillor Tegg. It's been moved councillor Hindi, seconded councillor Konjawski. Any other nominations? If not, I'll put the motion. All in favour of the motion, please say aye. Against, declare it carried unanimously. The next one is the Southern Region of Councils. That's SS Rock. The nominations I have are for the Mayor, for the Deputy Mayor, with alternates Councillor Castanis and Councillor Badalati and Councillor Catras. Is there a mover of that motion? Moves Councillor Greco, second Councillor Lansbury. Any discussion? Put the motion. All in favour say aye. Against? Declare it carried unanimously. Community Grants Assessment Panel. I have the following nominations. Councillors Badalati, Hindi, Castanis, Catras, Lansbury and Wu. Someone moving that way. Move Councillor Hindi, second Councillor Badalati. Put the motion. All in favour say aye. Against? Declare it carried. The Floodplain Risk Management Committee, I have one nomination, that being for Councillor Hindi. Actually, that's a rollover position, but we'll just reconfirm that. Probably a poor choice of term there. So then moved Councillor Catras, seconded Councillor Liu. Any discussion? Put the motion. All in favour say aye. Against? Carried. The Local Traffic Advisory Committee, I have one nomination, and that is for Councillor Badalati. Is there a mover of that motion, please? Moved Councillor Aegis, second Councillor Castanis. Any discussion? Put the motion. All in favour say aye. Against? Declare it carried unanimously. The Economic Development and Advisory Committee, I have the nominations of Councillors Hindi, Aegis, Badalati, Castanis and Catras, with Councillor Hindi as chair. Councillor Elmi has moved that. Second Councillor Wu. Any discussion? Put the motion. All in favour say aye. Against? Declare it carried unanimously. And the New South Wales Public Libraries Association, we have one representative. I have a nomination for Councillor Payer. It's been moved Councillor Lansbury, seconded Councillor Grekus. Any discussion? Put the motion. All in favour say aye. Against? Declare it carried unanimously. I now declare this meeting closed, and in 30 seconds' time I'll declare the next one open.
Hi, Mr. Mayor, just say a few words here.
Apologies, no I won't. Yeah.
Mr. Mayor, can I?
Apparently the published time for the commencement of the
Yes, 7:30.
is
Can I say something?
7:45.
Oh.